What's up, y'all? Pat Flynn here. Thank you so much for joining me today in day 120 of the income stream. How is that possible? That's 4 months, basically, straight of doing the show. And what we love here is Fridays, because Friday is Funday. We brought out the wheel. We got some prizes. I got some new spots on the wheel. We have a special prize today, doing something a little bit different. Oftentimes we give books away for any time it lands on giveaway, but for today we're doing something a little different. I'll tell you after the intro, but for right now, say hello to your friends in the chat, say hello to me, hit that thumbs up button, and enjoy the intro.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Yo, so I didn't know this, but apparently today is, as according to Carrie, Good Morning World Emoji Day. It's World Emoji Day. So if you want, put in your favorite emoji there. This is going to be super fun. We have a lot to do. And for those of you who are brand new here, my name is Pat Flynn. I help people build and scale their businesses, especially important during this time when the pandemic has hit and has absolutely affected so many people. You know, every week, millions of people are getting laid off here in the US, and I have myself gotten laid off in 2008 and bounced back even better by being an entrepreneur and creating my own thing. Whether you want to do that full-time or just part-time or just even on the side as a supplement to what you're doing right now, I'm here to serve and I'm here to help you. But I'm also here to have fun. I love having fun. Just bruh, hashtag bruh to everybody. We got some fun sound effects. We have a wheel today. We're gonna have a wheel good time. And the dad jokes. I have 2 kids, 7 and 10. I can't help it. I promise. Okay, so a few things to note here. Number 1, the giveaway. Let's talk about the giveaway. What are we giving away today? We're giving away one of my products that I co-invented with my buddy, my videographer, Caleb, called the SwitchPod. The SwitchPod, y'all. If you don't know what the SwitchPod is, it's a tripod. I'm actually using 3 in the office right now for the stream. But this is how it works. You hold, put your camera here, and when you're ready to go tripod mode, bam. Just put it down. You want to bring it back? Okay, I'm ready to go. And so how does that work? How does that work exactly? So the way that this is going to work is every time we land on giveaway, I'm going to pick 3 names randomly from the chat. And of course, the more you chat, but don't spam or else I'll ban you and your stuff's not going to count. But the more that you chat, the more opportunity there is for me to select you. Every time we hit giveaway, I think there's 2 spots for giveaway. I'm going to put your name in a random name picker, and at the end of the stream today, I'm going to have one person win this $99 device that has, actually, I don't know if you know this, little Easter egg here for you. Who's that on the back? That's me, but also that's my son. And yes, it's light enough for a kid to hold it, but it can hold 100 pounds. We put 100 pounds on this. I've stood up on this, and it has never let me down. Unlike some other people have stood me up. Hashtag another dad joke. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. So that's a giveaway. We also have a couple games to play. We have some games that we've discovered since episode 100 that we love to play here on the chat, which is so fun. I'll introduce those games to you as we select them. There's also Storytime, where I'm telling you some stories. They always come with a lesson, some business tips, as well as question. You'll see there's 3 opportunities here in these red spaces to ask a question. If we happen to land on that, I'm going to rely on you to type in the word question in all caps, followed by just your question. I'm going to answer 2 or 3 at a time as we go, and I promise you, if you stick around, like, this will be done before you know it, because we have so much fun here. And then lastly, we have dance, where I just put on some music. Hey, little teaser for you. And we just have some fun, yeah? Cool. So let's do this. Let's spin the wheel. Y'all ready? Let me know in the chat if you're ready. Just let me say hello to people. What's up? Building a Bassoonist. Good to see you. Martin, thank you for being here. David Austin, 120, y'all. 120. How crazy is that? Remember, today we are giving away SwitchPod. But at the end, to one person whose name was put into a random name generator. So let's have some fun. Let's do this. Actually, yeah. Hello, everybody, and let's go. Yo, we're going to start with a game already, and this is a very simple game to play. It's called Blank Slate. My kids and I play this. You can get it at Target. Hashtag not sponsored. Woo, the coffee kicked in quick this morning. So what this is a game where I select a card. It's very easy. We're not going to play it like the way you would normally play it in person. You can play it with up to 8 people. We've played it with adults. It's been super fun. We play it with kids. It's super easy. But here is the game, and let's just play right now. This is the card. Drive blank. Fill in the blank. Drive blank. And I'm going to create my own answer, and we're going to see if you match me up here or not. Now, the fun thing about this game, and answer this question for me, drive blank. Drive blank. BNS Goku, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, my friend. Drive blank. The cool thing about this game is, in terms of points and the way that it works, is if you match other people, you get 1 point. However, if you match only one other person, you get 3 points. So the big idea here is we want to create an answer. Remember, drive blank. We want to create an answer that is not the most common one in order to win, right? But if you go too outside the box, then you're not going to match anybody and you get 0 points. So matching just one other person. We're going to see if y'all could match me. So drive. I haven't looked at the answers yet. Drive. Let's see if any drive. Okay, let's just see if, and I totally misspelled that. Let's see if you all match me. Okay, I'm gonna reveal in 3. Actually, let's see who we got here. We got. Let's see what y'all came up with. Drive in. Drive fast, drive safe, drive traffic. Yo, I knew that somebody was going to do that because we're talking about business and such, but I went away from there. I wanted to do something a little bit different. Drive in, drive message, drive 55, drive way, and I'm going to just, let's see, where did it go? I wrote drive through. Drive through. And I see there, Carlos said drive through. Martin said drive through, although he spelled it differently. If you actually play the game, you want to spell it the same way in order to connect those points. But it's okay. What's the name of this game? It's called Blank Slate. Blank Slate. So drive in, drive safe, drive away. That's a great one. I haven't seen drive quickly. Drive away. Drive Tesla. Nice one. I agree with that. Drive in theater. Drive way. Drive shaft. That's a unique one. Drive out. Drive engagement. A lot. So you can see how this game can be quite interesting because there's a lot of different, and what's cool is they give you these pens that you can just erase from behind. Cool. Okay, so that's Blank Slate. Let's move on. Martin says I win. Miss Boyce got it too. I'm not going to award anything other than just hellos, you're awesomes. Blank Slate again. Yo, okay, we got to do what the wheel says. Let's do this again. Roller blank. Roller blank. Roller blank. I'm going to write my answer right now. So roller blank. Roller blank. All right, I got my answer. Finally, a game I can play, says Shonda. Yes, we have another game that we like to play called Brand Standing, which is a great game too, but it takes a little bit more wit, and just sometimes our brains just aren't witty like that, right? Okay, wow, okay. A lot of you have already said what I said. I see, however, first, roller blades, roller skates, roller blade, roller rink, roller ball, roller, y'all, many of you guessed what I guessed, which is roller derby. So we're on the same wavelength today. There's no keeping track of points in this particular game, but I just want to have some fun. And well done, y'all. Well done. Blade was actually what I was initially going to go with. And a fun story about that. I used to rollerblade, but we didn't call it rollerblading. We call it aggro skating. I was an aggro skater, like aggressive skater. I had my K2 fatties with grind plates between the two middle wheels so I could grind on curbs and rails, and my shins, you didn't want to look at them because they were gross and nasty because I just kept falling. But yes, I was an aggressive inline blader, And X Games for a couple summers was my favorite sport. So anyway, that's a fun fact about me, and let's keep spinning. Tiffany's 2 for 2. Nice job. All right, tip. So here's a tip for you. These are tips that are seemingly just random because guess what? They are. Whoa, what was that? That's not what I meant to select. Hold on, let me switch that up. There we go. Okay. So here's a tip for you. If you are a member of a community or a membership, and I'm thinking about this specifically because we just opened up the doors to SPI Pro recently. There's a lot of new members in there, and it's very easy to get overwhelmed when you go into a new space and you have a number of messages and you feel like you're just kind of the newbie in a space. And I think that the biggest tip I can offer you is when you introduce yourself into these new Facebook groups, these LinkedIn groups, these new membership places, no matter where it's at, the most important thing is to just be yourself. Right? Share some fun facts about yourself, share some of your qualifications, but also share what you can do for the group. And that's one thing that we definitely encourage in SPI Pro is that in addition to talking about yourself, talk about what you could do for others too. And this way it becomes a place of service, right? And so whatever your superpowers are, share those, demonstrate those, and even offer some free tips or advice, or even start to ask questions to people in the group about that particular thing so that you can quickly and more conveniently be sort of seen as an expert related to that thing. And it might be very quickly for you if people start to know about these superpowers of yours and what you could do for others instead of just, all about you, because sometimes you're prompted to introduce yourself, which is great. But I think, again, introducing yourself and talking about the fun facts about yourself is important, but also your qualifications, absolutely. But then here's what I can serve you with. If you have any problems with this is kind of my expertise, and this becomes an amazing place, an amazing resource, in actually amazing way to connect with people in more of an attracting manner versus more of a aggressive sort of reach out manner. This is a great way to start attracting connections and relationships. And today, especially with the lack of in-person opportunities to meet people, these online groups are absolutely key. So see how you can, the next time you go into a membership platform or a group of any kind, why don't you take the opposite approach of talking about yourself and try to talk about what you can do for others. And I heard a quote once that was, we have to stop trying to be so interesting and start trying to get interested. And it's when you get interested in somebody else's stuff that they begin to start getting interested in you as well. So that's your tip. What's up, Team Flynn? Welcome. Thanks for being here today. Yo, giveaway. I'm going to select 3 random names here, and I'm going to pop them into this name picker that I found online, and I'm going to pop those names in here. So I'm going to go to my chat, and I'm going to scroll up and down randomly, and I'm going to let the cursor stop, and I'll announce the 3 giveaway contestants, if you will, and I'll pop them in the name picker. At the end, I will then select this button down here to pick the name, and that person wins like I said, a SwitchPod from myself and Caleb, one of our inventions. We literally sold out of it, and we just got more shipments in, and they are on sale again, which is really cool. So that's kind of why we're celebrating that today. So here is the random giveaway. So I'm going to go and scroll here, and we got Lisa Hobelman. Congratulations. I'm going to pop your name in here. All right, as you can see, I put Lisa's name in there. All right, next, let's scroll up. We got Jamie Velasquez. Congratulations. You are now in the entry for a SwitchPod. And I'm guessing that because of the nature of this giveaway, the chat's going to be exploding right now, which is pretty crazy. Okay, now I'm going to scroll all the way to the top and just do a little couple cursor push downs like that. And we got, Dole Whip Dad. Congratulations. I'm just going to put Dole Whip Dad. Okay, so you are now one of 3 people, and that's going to grow if there are more giveaways. It might just be you 3. If the wheel does not provide to the rest of the chat, then it's just going to be you 3. So we'll select that at the end, but I'm going to keep that window up, and we will go from there. So let's spin the wheel. All right, dance. Let's do it.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
All right, plus that just gets my energy levels up. Okay, let's spin the wheel again. All hail the wheel. The wheel will provide. Okay. Another tip for you here in the chat, actually, as much as I encourage you to get involved in memberships and getting involved in groups and stuff, like in our previous tip, this tip is for those of you who enter live streams and there's a lot of chats. I've been doing this quite a bit here on YouTube, getting involved in live streams, and mainly because I've been trying to pay attention to how authorities and leaders here on YouTube and on Twitch do a good job of engaging their audience. But specifically for the chat room, I found that there is often more value in the connection with other people in the chat and the conversations I can have with other people in the chat versus just trying to get the attention of the person who is leading the conversation, right? The person on the camera. And, I'm trying to do a good job of trying to make sure everybody feels welcome here and belongs. But one of the best things that you can do as a creator who happens to facilitate these kinds of things is to encourage your audience to connect with each other. Or if you happen to be somebody who enters a chat, just like you are right now, make sure to know that there's other people in the chat who you can connect with who have value. And that's very, very amazing because you can still, even if a person on the other end of the video is not giving you attention or because the chat's kind of crazy and your question's never getting answered, you can connect with. And I would recommend calling people's names out in the chat to get their attention. People love hearing and seeing their name mentioned. So that's sort of a trick that you can use when you're engaging with other members of the chat. And again, it's because it's different. It's not in person. A person might not hear you, but just kind of pay attention to that careful balance between, spammy and trying to get a person's attention versus like being there and providing value, like I said. But when you're in the chat, yo, what's up, Sean? Good to see you, Grandma Goody. This community chat is awesome. Yes, I like making connections, says Cassandra. I love how y'all are now y'all are now doing exactly what I said, right? Which is pretty cool. Sherry says, agreed, and how to moderate is an issue where I'm online. Social justice space, tools needed so far, can't find. Yeah, there are a lot of tools. In fact, if you happen to have communities, I found a tool recently called Nightbot. You can sign up for Nightbot. You can connect your Twitch account and or YouTube account. And what happens is it's essentially a bot that is a moderator for your chat without having a real person in there. And you can set rules and parameters. If people say certain things or if they comment or message too often or they're spamming, Nightbot can bring that bot hammer down on them. And that's a great sort of bot-related tool that I found if you don't have the ability to have a team to support you. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you, and I hope that you take that advice, and obviously you are because you're here in the chat, you're connecting, and also it's okay to not chat. Meaning, if you're watching this at home and you're, doing the dishes or hanging out with your kids or what have you, or you just kind of have this in the background, that's totally fine too. I think you can still get a lot of value from just listening to the conversations. Just make sure that you're enjoying your time with wherever you're listening and watching. And it can be very easy, this is sort of a secondary tip, to just like keep it on and just, get lost in it, right? I think that it's important to realize that a lot of this stuff takes up a lot of our time. So make sure there's value there. Make sure you're getting either entertained, informed, or educated and inspired. And if not, then why are you watching? And again, if you aren't getting inspired here, then I recommend you go elsewhere to get that inspiration. Hopefully, and you let me know in the chat if this is helpful for you, the 120 days that we've spent together here, even if you haven't been here all 120 days, hopefully there's some value in here for you. Anyway, let's roll again. Love the connections happening in the chat. We're going to play another blank slate. I like it. All right. So for those of you who are new here, blank slate, quick and easy game. Ooh, this one's going to be tough. This one's going to be tough to match with me. Okay. If anybody matches me on this one, I will put your name in the drawing for SwitchPod. All right? So what you have to do is fill in the blank, see if you can match my blank, right? No blank. No blank. And again, if anybody matches me, I will put your name in the name picker that we have here, for a drawing to win. Dun, 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 dun. the SwitchPod from Pat Flynn and Caleb Logic. Yeah, I haven't used the ooh a lot before today, but I'm going to use it more because SwitchPod's ooh. Okay, so no blank. No blank. I'm not going to look at the screen, but I'm going to write down my answer here. It's cool that we've done a few of these because this is a new game that we've entered into the arena today. I'm writing my answer. No blank. Write down your answer. Just so you know, it can be one word, multiple words, it can be one letter. Doesn't matter. Fill in the blank. All right. This is a crazy one, right? So we got Doug with no kidding, no dice. I like that, Malini. No way. No bull. Did I put no way? No limits. No FOMO. No mo. No satisfaction. I like that. I like that, Don. That's a creative one. No scrubs. I don't want no scrubs. A scrub is a guy who can't get no love from me. Sitting on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Thank you for that. No duh. No way. No quarter. No bananas. No bueno. No scrubs. No fear. No whining. No limits. No cry. No woman. No cry. No diggity. Yo, why are all the 90s songs coming out with the word no? That's cool. I have not seen my answer. It can be more than one word. It can be more than one word. Parking on the dance floor, Pat Flynn. Yes, nice. Okay. I haven't seen mine yet, which is okay. Which is okay. This is... I doubt anybody would even know what this is. Yeah. Mabrock, no chance. No chance y'all match this. Here it is. No retreat, no surrender. No retreat, no surrender. This is a Bruce Lee movie that involves. So I was big into karate. I am in fact a black belt in Taekwondo. Received my black belt when I was 14. Of course, forgot everything, but I still think I could defend myself. But one of my favorite movies was No Retreat, No Surrender, because it was a movie about this kid who's a little bit of a weakling who moved to a new area, and there was like a dojo that, you know, was not cool, but then he started to get inspired by Bruce Lee and started to get trained, and then ended up, you know, fighting that dojo. It sounds very much like Karate Kid, right? Except Bruce Lee would sort of come up in his dreams and whacha. So, No Retreat, No Surrender. Great movie. Thank you. Some of you know what this movie is, which is cool. So anyway, nobody got that one because I kind of went a little outside the box there. So if I was actually playing this game, I would get 0 points because I didn't match one person, right? I didn't match one person. No way, Jose. Good one. Wow, there's a lot of them, right? Cool. Let's spin the wheel. Y'all having fun today? Let me know. Wow, we got a lot of tips today, which is pretty cool. Okay, so another tip for you if you are creating a YouTube video. I've shared this earlier, but I know a lot of people are diving into YouTube today, and you happen to be here and perhaps are creating YouTube videos. A great tip and something that's been helping me recently is starting with the title in mind. For a regular YouTube video, not necessarily live streams, but for a regular YouTube video that you create. In the next one, try this. Start with creating a compelling title first and build a video around that. And the reason this is important is because the video title, in addition to the thumbnail, that's going to make the difference between a successful video or not. Obviously, you want to come up with a video that's packed with value, that's entertaining or what have you, and keeps people watching. But if people don't even start watching that video because the title is not compelling enough, and oftentimes it's not compelling because we create a video and then we feel like we have to force a title with it, try the other way around. Try starting with a title first. And I've shared this in workshops. I've shared this here on the income stream before, and I've had people reach out to me and say, Pat, that's made a huge difference in the reach in these videos, because the reason why they get more views is because of the impression rate versus click-through rate, the CTR, the click-through rate, right? And when the click-through rate's higher, and again, it's going to be higher because you come up with a title that's like, oh, I would want to click on that versus, okay, I guess that satisfies the video. When the click-through rate of your videos are higher, YouTube goes, oh, great, let's send this to more people and different kinds of people based on their viewing history on their browse and their home pages and their recommendations to see if this upholds, and let's keep it going as so long as people are clicking through. So that's massively important. Title, thumbnail, and then of course, as Manos says here, title, thumbnail, and as soon as that video starts, you want a hook, an amazing hook in the beginning, and that'll keep people watching all the way through. So that's what you need to try to do. Yo, story time. All right, I'm gonna tell you a story. So speaking of karate, back in, was I in San Diego? Yeah, I was in San Diego, but I was about 8 years old. I found a new dojo. I just moved from Connecticut, in fact. And I remember I was 8 years old going into class one day, and there were all these wood planks just like chilling in the dojo. I'd never seen anything like that before. I'm like, are we building something today? I don't know what's going on. Well, guess what? We were going to break wood during class that day. And it was apparently, because I was new, something that they did every year, and I just happened to be a new student when they were doing this. And I was so excited. I was like, yes, like destruction, 8-year-old boy, this is my jam. This is exactly what I want to do. So of course they have the senseis and all the black belts sort of demonstrate, and there's like splinters flying everywhere, like the front row is getting, shards of wood all over them. And I'm just like, yes, destruction, like let's do this. And then it was our turn as little boys to break these, 1/4-inch thick pieces of wood. So of course I'm so excited. I get my partner, I'm like, here, take this. He's holding it like this, right? He's holding it like this. And I'm like, okay, let's go. So I'm like, okay. And then I kick it and it doesn't break. And then I punch it and then I get so frustrated because I'm just putting all my energy into it and I cannot break this piece of wood. And I'm actually starting to almost cry because I see wood pieces flying everywhere, but my wood is still not broken. Am I weak? Am I not cut out for this? Should I go home? These are probably the things that were going through my head. I don't exactly remember what was going through my head, but I was kind of upset. So the sensei comes over and he goes, what's going on here? Or he actually goes, what's going on here? And I'm like, I'm trying, but it's not working. And he's like, demonstrate. And I'm like, yes, sensei. So I get in my stance and I'm about to do like a tiger palm punch. And he goes, huh! Right before I go. Huh! And I'm like, what was that about? And he just takes the board from my partner, flips it 90 degrees in terms of where he holds. So he was holding it like this. He just said, put your hands over here instead. And I was like, that's a weird thing to do. And then I go back and I go, psh, psh, shards everywhere. I break it wasn't like exploding. It cracked in half and it broke. And I was like, what did you do? Did you just like, when you put your hands on the board, did you break it for me so it'd be easier for me? Essentially, my partner was holding, so if you imagine the grains of the wood going this way, he was holding it like this. And if you're trying to break against the grains like that, like these are the grains, it's going to be nearly impossible to break. He just simply flipped his hands so that the grains were like this. Now it would break with the grain. So this was sort of a big lesson for me because I learned that sometimes when you're struggling with something, it doesn't necessarily mean, listen to me, when you're struggling with something, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to put more power behind it, that you need to do it harder, that you need to spend more time on it. What it means is you might not know the framework or the position or the circumstances like other people, and you might be just fighting against the grain. Find other people who can support you, who can help you, who can see it from the outside, because you can't read the label when you're inside the bottle, to show you where to put those hands so that you can more easily break through that piece of wood. More energy, more content, more is not always the answer. Sometimes it's the setup. Sometimes it's the advice. Sometimes it's the outside person who's done this before who might be able to help you do this much easier too. But of course, if you were a Jedi and you have Force, like use that for sure. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Yo, question. If you have a question, I'm going to answer 2 or 3 here. By the way, did you know we're already halfway through the stream? It's like you look at the clock and you're like, no, that did not go the way it was supposed to. This is my iPad screen that you're seeing right now. Let me change this. I don't know why it does this sometimes. It's supposed to be this, And I'm supposed to go, hey, normal things, and then boom, surprise. You all saw the chats that I had. There's 2 chats. One is the YouTube side, one so that I can see in case there's any super chats or anything like that. Totally messed up. Anyway, question. If you have a question, let me know. I see some questions coming in. And so Jacob says, how to balance time spent learning versus time spent doing. I implement something called just-in-time learning, meaning I only allow myself to learn about the next thing that's on my list, the next priority. So prioritization is key, absolutely. But then only allowing myself, this is how I avoid the overwhelm, only allowing myself to learn about the next thing that I'm doing, right? So take, for example, the SwitchPod, which, remember, we're giving away today, right? The SwitchPod was built in very much this kind of way. We had never built a physical product before, right? We didn't know how to engineer. We didn't know how to do any of this stuff, but we knew that we could take it step by step and learn as we went. If we learned about the entire process, all the way up to Kickstarter, to manufacturing, to shipping, to packaging, even before we got started, we would have been completely overwhelmed trying to figure all the pieces out before even getting started. But we only allowed ourselves to learn about the next thing. The first thing was validating this product idea and understanding and learning about, okay, well, how people use their tripods and what the biggest struggles were and all those sorts of things. Then once we figured that out, then it was learning about the features that they would want on it and all that kind of stuff. Then it was learning about Kickstarter for a period of time, which Caleb absolutely crushed. And we found other people who were experts and were very willing to share information about that. So only allow yourself to learn about the next thing. Now, the big part about this is there's this thing called FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. There's so much great information out there. You're going to feel like all this amazing information that may or may not be helpful for you is just whizzing by and you're not grasping onto it. You're not potentially doing the things that other people are doing. Well, when you say yes to learning about something new, you're saying no to the thing that you've learned how to do or the priority that you have. So the way to combat that is to have a folder system or some Evernote or some way to capture those things so that you can go back to them later if you want to. Now it's not FOMO, it's JOOO, the joy of opting out, of learning about that thing so you can focus on that next thing. Rex says, Pat, how many speeding tickets did you get for blazing down the streets of San Diego on your super slick racing rollerblades? Never got any speeding tickets. I've only gotten 1 speeding ticket in my life, a couple warnings when I was a teenager, but I got 1 speeding ticket when I was driving down from Berkeley to San Diego, and that was in Huntington Beach. A motorcycle cop pulled me over for going 10 miles over the speed limit down the Pacific Highway. Cool. Question, last one from Aaron here. Can you say happy birthday to Hey Archer? Yo, Archer, happy birthday, my friend. Thank you so much for being a part of the tribe and being a part of the Quaranteam. Thank you for your donations. This month we are donating to yemenfoundation.org, just FYI for everybody. And Hey Archer's been very, very consistent being here and showing up. He's doing a live stream himself. Follow him on the YouTubes. Hey Archer, happy birthday to you, my friend. You're amazing. I appreciate you. All right, let's spin the wheel again. Yo, BS. Let's play some brand standing. This is a game that I'm really excited about. And it's a game where we select a industry and a demographic at random. We put them together, try to come up with a business name or a sort of company name for that thing. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I have the industry card here, the industry card. So we're going to pick an industry card. A blacksmith, the demographic for let's do it. We've done that one before. Here we go. A blacksmith for overly cheerful morning people. A blacksmith for overly cheerful morning people. What would the name of your business be if you were a blacksmith specifically for overly cheery morning people? It's medieval times. You're working in the courtyard every day as a blacksmith. You're dinging your anvil. You're creating those swords and armor. But you specifically, your unique selling proposition is that you are there for the people who wake up super early, like legit before the sun gets up, 4 a.m., and it's like they've been awake the whole time and they're cheerful and their morning is just full of glee, right? So what would the name of your business be? I'm going to scroll down here. Happy Hammers. Yo, DJ. I like that. That's really cool. I like that. Optimistic Key. Pound It Down Dude. What is a blacksmith? A blacksmith is a person who, by hand, often will create, using forged metal and minerals and materials, to create swords and armor and those kinds of things. Overly cheerful morning people. My arch nemesis, says Tim. That's hilarious. Happy time hammering. I make the best egg frying pans. Thanks, Hamio. Do you blacksmith them yourself? Let's see. Anvillania. Anvil's for you. Morning anvil. Okay, I like the hammer and the anvil. Let's see. I would go top of the forge to you. Top of the forge, right? Like top of the morning, top of the forge. That would be maybe half glass full forge meister. Okay. Blacksmith for early bird. Early bird blacksmith. That's another one. Happy Joy iron. I like that. Happy Joy hammer smith. Happy Hammersmith. Stop. Hammersmith. Ho 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 ho. The Sunny Forge. These are all good. I'm gonna pick one that I like. You don't win anything, but I'm just gonna find one that really stands out for me. Top of the anvil to you. That's a good one. Thor key. I like that. That's good. Going the Thor route, which is cool. All right, let's pick one here. I like this one. Chipper Steel, Rhino Dog. You win brownie points. I like that one the best from what I saw. Chipper Steel, right? Because you kind of chip away with the hammer and the anvil, but chipper as in sort of, overly joyful and chippy, right? I like that. Rhino Dog. I like that a lot. Okay, let's spin the wheel. All right, BS again. Okay, let's pick a industry. So we got a beard product company. That doesn't actually fit. Nope. Here. A beard product company for the French. Suzanne, thank you so much for the super chat. You're amazing. Happy birthday, Hey Archer, and congrats to Pat and Team Flynn on 120 days. Thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate you. So a beard product company for the French. So, this is a tougher one. I'm thinking of Paris. I'm thinking of croissants. I'm thinking of French bakeries. I'm thinking of pastries. I'm thinking of, geez. This is, I'm gonna, there's a couple of you. Okay, I like this. LeBeard says consult the blind guy. LeBeard says Aaron Waller. LeBeard Stash says Tiffany. I like that. Mad Smooth says is because the French are always mad. Is that the implication there? I'm not sure. Beardo. Let's see. Le Dapper. I like the le. That's a very, I'm not going to say cop out, but that's definitely a very French thing, right? Like that means the. How about we trim you, right? We trim you. Is it wee or we? Or I don't know if we want to make it wee trims. Okay, sorry, this is not good. Okay, Flynn faux pas, beards ooh la la. Yo, this is hilarious. I always crack up. Le hair. Business name crumb free. Beard pastierier. La Beardique. Whisker Ole. Monsieur Beard. I like that one. Harry Holidays. Yo, Doug, you went there. You went there, didn't you? Hey, Archer. Dramatic entrance. Bruh, gotta go, but I'll catch the replay. Hashtag team replay. Hey, Archer, you're amazing. We trim you. Yo, this is funny. This is hilarious. The le is a must. Yes, I agree. Ooh la la, okay, these are all great, dude. I can't pick one. Just the chat wins on that one, because I definitely did not, for sure. Let's spin the wheel. Okay. Story time. Story time, y'all. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a story about when I was a kid. I've told this story before, but it's been a while. I think it was on like day 13. But Xenia and Vlada, this one's for you, because you were asking about this when I teased it a while back. So I was 6 years old. I was in kindergarten. No, I was 6 years old, around kindergarten age, and there was a girl that I had a crush on. In fact, her name was Rachel Geller. No, not Rachel Geller after season 10 of the series Friends, but Rachel Geller was her name. Cute, pigtails, freckles, dream girl, right? And she was on the swings one recess morning, and the monkey bars were close by, and I was like, you know what would be really cool? If I could impress Rachel by not just doing a pull-up. That's what the big boys do. I want to be a bigger boy. I'm going to run up, I'm going to grab onto the monkey bar, and I'm going to flip 360 degrees around, and I'm going to land on my feet, and I'm going to turn around and do jazz hands or something. I wasn't going to do the jazz hands, because that's not cool. So I'm running up, I grab on, and that momentum of running and literally sprinting forced my hands to slip. I fall backwards, and my elbow and arm hit the concrete where the metal monkey bars were in the grass, right? There's like a concrete sort of pillar. And I break my arm. Crying, not the best impression for Rachel or anybody else in recess. And of course, the counselors and the nurse comes out, runs out. I go to the hospital. I just have very vivid memories of seeing the bright lights and my parents in the window. And they had to like pop something back into place, and then I got a cast. I just don't even remember. I just remember coming back home being very upset, mostly because I was embarrassed, right? So anyway, I think a couple weeks go by. I go into the doctor's appointment, and I see that my doctor, his name is Mr. Geller, and we soon find out that Mr. Geller was Rachel's dad, and we got a new set of things on my cast, the one that was going to be on sort of more permanently. And I go back to school, and the cool thing is, everybody wants to sign it. It was my left arm. And Rachel comes around, and she goes, "I'm so sorry to hear about your arm. My dad told me that he was helping to fix you." And I was like, "Oh, great. Like, you guys talked about me at home." And then she's like, "Can I sign your cast?" And I was like, "Yes." And of course, I'm like, worth it. Worth it. Dance, y'all.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
All right. You know what? Giveaway. We're doing a giveaway. I'm picking 3 names at random. There are currently... How many comments are there in this chat right now? A lot. 2,371 comments. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to scroll up and down, pick 3 people at random. Again, we are giving away today... SwitchPod, y'all. SwitchPod.co if you want to check it out. We also have bundles. We have an accessory now, a ball head, a camera apparatus to go on top of it for your phone, and we have a better name than that. But This is a $99 product. We're giving away one at the end here to a name that is selected in a random name picker, right? So I'm going to pick 3 random names now. I'm going to scroll up and down from the chat, and I'm going to select these 3 names, and you'll see me place them into the random name generator. We got Diane Eblin. Diane Eblin, congratulations. I'm going to put your name in here. Diane Eblin. So you can see we got 4 names now. We're going to pick 2 more. We're going to go back here. Thank you all for being here in the chat, by the way. Yo, we got Sarah Dawn. Congratulations, Sarah. Sarah Dawn in the house. And finally, scrolling up and down this chat here, picking people at random. We got, yes, Mike Russell, love audio production. Mike Russell and Isabella over at Music Radio Creative created that jingle for me, which is awesome. And we got Beth. Beth, what's up, Beth? Good to see you here. Beth Bazzello. All right, y'all, we got 6 names now. 6 names. We're going to select it at exactly the top of the hour. So we got 12 more minutes. Maybe we'll get some more names on there. We'll see. But that is a fun thing. And a great way to retain viewers. Oh, sorry. I'm sort of nerding out right now. Okay. All right, where are we at? Question. Okay, if you have a question, type it in the chat. Let me know. And I was here thinking at the wheel really hard. Did it work? Yes, it did work, Sarah. It did work. So if you have a question, type it in the chat. I'll answer 2 or 3 here on the fly with you, and we'll keep going and keep spinning the wheel. I'll answer 2 because I know you want to have the wheel spin a little bit more. If you are a winner and you happen to not be in the US, we'll have to have a chat and figure out how we can get it to you. But international shipping can be quite difficult during these times, but I'm not going to have that stop us from getting it to you at some point, if that makes sense. Doug was like, I was just thinking this is a great way to retain viewers. Yeah, I like the idea of sort of like a bigger prize at the end versus just sort of the books, right? We've given away a lot of books already, if that makes sense. Okay, I officially squeaked in excitement. I'm glad my roommate's in the other room or I've gotten some weird looks. You're awesome. I appreciate you. Okay, a couple questions here. Dole Whip Dad, you mentioned a SwitchPod sale. I need the deets, man. They are on sale right now because they were sold out forever, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Johnny says, if you had to start from nothing, no audience, no money, no platform, which would you begin with? Blog, podcast, YouTube? I would start with, it would either be a podcast or YouTube. I can pretty much say it's going to be a podcast because it's going to be a lot cheaper to start with. It's going to be a lot easier. And if I didn't have anything, including confidence, because at the start, sometimes you just don't have the confidence in yourself and your communication, especially me as an introvert, not having been behind the microphone before. Podcast was a nice stepping stone to other things like speaking and also YouTube. So I would go probably with the podcast, and I would try to find my tribe, right? That would be the key. I would try to find my tribe, and I would start a podcast to do that, to start, because it's the best way to scale intimacy. And I know that the better and the stronger the relationships I can make early on with a few, the more likely it is that I'm able to scale that and have those people even start bringing people in who are already warm into the community. Where did I get my shirt from? I got it from Teachable. Teachable is a company that I advise. They help us create courses that we can then sell and manage our students with, and I love them to death. Andrew says, what type of mic am I using right now? I am using a Rode NTG2. Let me show it to you really quick. It's right there. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's the mic right there. It's sort of like hidden out of sight. And it allows me to not have a mic sort of like right in front of my face or even on camera. And it's just at like, it's just out of view, like right where my finger is right now. I'm tapping it, right? And that way you can collect some really good audio. It's a shotgun mic, so it just collects sound in sort of like a tube coming out from it. It's very similar to those mics that those people in production studios have, where they're like, they have that boom arm. Same kind of mic. A Rode, RODE NTG2. Let's spin the wheel. We got more questions. Okay, and there are more questions that are coming in, which is great. The Destiny Show, Boris says, how much time do you spend producing podcasts? So podcast days are Tuesday typically, and I spend about 2 to 3 hours every Tuesday batch processing anywhere between 2 to 4 episodes, whether it's solo episodes or other people coming on, or sometimes me going on other people's shows. That's kind of the day that I've reserved for that in particular. And what's really nice now is, in addition to the recording of the episodes, I spend 0 time editing, producing, or publishing, because now I have a team. It took 6 years to get to this point after starting my show, so just keep that in mind. Before, I was doing it all myself, and in the beginning, it would literally take 2 hours to produce a show, one particular episode, and then that 2 hours turned into 1.5 hours as I started to become more efficient, as I started to get to know more about batch processing, and as I started to gain more confidence behind the microphone, the editing became less and less, and I eventually got to the point where, in addition to the actual audio recording, I could flip an episode in about 30 minutes. And that includes the editing, the exporting, the uploading to the host, as well as some very light, not so in-depth show notes to go along with it. We got 7 minutes, y'all, but that's a great question, Destiny. Thank you for that. And a question from Susan. Where in San Diego do you live? My parents used to live outside the city in Rancho Bernardo. I'm very close to there, actually. I'm not going to tell you my exact location, but I am in North County, and I love it up here, suburbia, with the kids and the communities up here. It's really great. There's also a comment here from Tiffany who said, I got your Superfans book in my SHG box this month. Time for me to read it because this is brilliant. Thank you. If you don't know what SHG is, it's this. I want to give a shout out to a monthly subscription box for female entrepreneurs. Sparkle, hustle, grow. If you want to take a screenshot and send it to your community, that'd be awesome. Anyway, this is an amazing company that sends monthly boxes with some goodies in there, and they included my book Superfans. And what was really cool is we created a special version of the book Superfans to fit in the box, right? This is a paperback version, which we actually haven't ever shared with anybody before except the Sparkle, Hustle, Grow community. So that was really cool. And thank you, Tiffany, for mentioning that. We got 6 minutes left, y'all. And I'm going to answer a question here from Scooby really quick. Thank you for joining SPI Pro, by the way. It's good to see you there. What affiliate program do you recommend for a seller of a physical product? We, having a product on Shopify, use a Shopify-specific tool. And I'm trying to remember what that tool is. Let me see if I could find it. SwitchPod.co/partner, I think. Oh, Referon. That's what we're using. So this is what it is. We offer 10% commission. You can offer whatever percent you want with a 3-day cookie. And that's refersion, like inversion, but refersion. REFERSION. Let's see. Refersion.com. Advanced affiliate marketing made simple. So this is what we're using for the SwitchPod, and it integrates really well with Shopify, which is really cool. So hopefully that helps. Okay, let's keep going. All right, Storytime giveaway. Hey, giveaway. Let's add a few more names here to the list because you guys are awesome, and there's quite a large crowd today. 250 people watching live right now. That's just, wow, incredible. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Hit that like button too. Let's see if we can get to 100 before we finish up in 5 minutes here. Thank you so much again for being here, and enjoy World Emoji Day too. But let's add some names on here. I'm going to add 3 to the list that we already have here in the random name picker. And again, remember, we're giving away a SwitchPod, an invention of mine with my buddy Caleb Wojcik, and hopefully we'll get a awesome winner here. So let's scroll up and down. Let's add 3 more names to the list. We got Anna Zambrano. We're going to add you. And this is purely random, by the way. This is I know it's largely, except for Dole Whip Dad, a very female-heavy selection here on the name picker. But hey, that's what it is. Oh, we got Rex in the house. Rex, oh, Pat the Karate Kid, he says. Let's put Rex in there. Rex Torres. And we're going to pick one more name. What does it do, the SwitchPod? It allows you to, let me demonstrate really quick. You put a camera, either an adapter for a phone or even just directly on your DSLR camera. You can hold it around vlog mode. It extends a little bit further from you so you get a wider angle. And then when you're ready to put it down, it's tripod mode in literally just half a second, right? Boom. And a lot of videographers and vloggers are finding it very, very useful, which is cool. So the last name that we have on here, oh, that's somebody who actually already selected. We got Contempo Coding. Contempo Coding. All right, we got 9 names right there, and all I have to do is pick one by hitting start, which I'm not going to do right now because we might, in the next 3 minutes, land on giveaway one more time. So let's spin. Let's see, maybe we'll get a game in, maybe another story or a tip or something, and let's keep going. Story time. Cool. I'm gonna tell you a story. So when I was a kid, I was very short. I was not 5 feet tall until my senior year of high school. So as a result of that, I got picked on quite a bit, unfortunately. And it didn't feel good, obviously. But I found other people who were nerdy and weird and cool, like me, even though I didn't think I was cool, in the marching band. So the marching band was an amazing refuge for me because it was a space where, number one, there were other people who were often picked on in there too. But number two, I also was supposed to blend in. That's your job in the marching band, is to blend in with other people, not stand out. And so I really liked that. And there was a time when I was trying out for first chair in the band. That means like you are the leader of that particular section. I was a trumpet player. And there was a person who said, so we got sheet music, right, to practice. And one of the seniors, who was a little bit of a not so cool person, told all of the freshmen who were trying out for first chair, because anybody could try out for first chair, to practice this other song too, because it was going to be sight reading. We would have to practice this song that was sort of predetermined and practice a song that was sight read. And sight read was meaning you just kind of played it on the fly without having practiced it. And he gave us that music, this senior who was supposedly helping us sort of see the answers before the test, right? And so I got that music, and of course I looked at it and I practiced it, and I was really excited about, hopefully impressing the director with what I was hopefully going to do in terms of sight reading. But then I just felt really guilty about that before the test, I was in the room with the director and I played the one that I prepared, and that went fine. And then I was about to get the music that I was going to sight read, and I told the director before I saw that music, I was like, hey, I just have to tell you something. Somebody in the band already gave me the sight reading music, and I just feel like I have to tell you up front that I probably have already practiced this. If you wanted to give me something new to sight read, so it would be like a real test, you just give me something different. And he was like, yo, thank you so much for your honesty. And he showed me the music that I was going to sight read. And he's like, is this the song that you played? And I was like, no. So a number of things were going through my head, right? This person who was a senior gave all of us freshmen the wrong music to practice. So that immediately gave me a bad impression of that person. But despite that, I was able to prove to my director that I had not just some trumpet skills, but I had what he was looking for in a leader. Now, although I wasn't first chair, I definitely was ranked higher than I would have been if I hadn't been honest, because that's the kind of person that he wanted to be a leader. I wasn't ranked number one because I was only a freshman. But just a little story for you about honesty and authenticity, and how there are going to be some people out there in this world who may try to sabotage you. And I think that in my default answer for everything, if I don't know how to do something, is always going to go to honesty and authenticity. So I've always had that sort of approach because it's always been something that either just deflates any sort of situation or deflates any anxiety much better than just trying to cover it up with another thing and then covering it up with another thing. So anyway, just a story to finish up with you here today. And I am going to now select the name for the SwitchPod winner. So remember, we are giving away a SwitchPod today. And this SwitchPod is an invention of mine, as well as Caleb. And, you can actually see in the back here, myself and my son demonstrating how to use it. We've collected 9 names over the course of this stream here today. I've put them into this random name picker, and we got Lisa, Jamie, Dole Whip Dad, Diane, Sarah, Beth, Anna, Rex, and Contempo Coding. And I'm just going to hit this button right here, and we'll see who we select. All right, y'all ready? Drum roll, please. This guy's getting a big shout out in this stream right now. We got Diane. Congratulations, Diane. You are the winner of the SwitchPod, and I'm stoked to connect with you. If you want to send an email to pat@patflynn.com and let us know that you won the SwitchPod, that'd be awesome, and Caleb and I will get that to you in some way, shape, or form, we promise. And Jessica, my assistant, will see that, and we'll coordinate with you to get your address and all that stuff. But congratulations, Diane. You are the winner today, and appreciate all of you for being here today. This was super fun, a really great time, a lot of great stories, a lot of tips, good questions from some of you, some fun and games as well. And this was a lot of fun. So, hey, chat, if you wanted to leave me a thumbs up so we can get to 100, we're at 99 right now that I'm seeing. That'd be awesome. And just make sure you please have an amazing weekend and spend some time focusing on you, right? And those loved ones around you. I know we want to stay really busy with work and whatnot, but you also got to take care of yourself first. We talked a lot about mental health this week on the income stream, and we're going to open up some more topics next week for us to chat about. Tomorrow is the weekend, so we will be doing some website and YouTube channel reviews specifically. So if you want to come back tomorrow, this is the link to remember, patflynn.com/theincomestream, and 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. That will be the chance for you to have your website and our YouTube channel reviewed, and we're gonna all go through it together, and I'm gonna offer you some advice to help you grow that channel and make it better. So congrats to you, Diane, for being a winner today, and thanks for being awesome. We're at 100. Team Flynn, you're amazing, you're incredible. Have an amazing weekend, and I hope to see you here tomorrow and here every day on the income stream. Thanks so much, I appreciate you, and as always, Team Flynn for the win.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream.
Somebody snap this.
With Pat Flynn.
This would be a nice gift. Okay, sorry. You guys blow me away. Every time you blow me away. This hour goes by so fast, and it's because you are awesome. Keep up the great work. Peace out. See you in the next one.